Welcome, my name is Balazs and we have here the Huawei Mate 10, which is a beautiful smartphone here. The Mate 10 Pro on the left side doesn't have a button on the front, for example, and you can see here that we have the regular Mate here on the 10 on the right side, which is also a beautiful device. This has 5.9 inches and this is 6-inch device, so this is the first difference, that the display sizes are different, but here we have a longer 18:9 display with a lower resolution, but an OLED technology built in. Let me show you that. Here when we go to settings, we have here the display resolution, and then we're going to go also here to settings, and you can see here also when I go to the system and about that we have here the higher 2K display resolution, which means it needs a little bit more power, but both have a 4000 milliamp battery, but we have here only 64 gigs internally. Here we have 228 gigs internally, because on the left side you cannot expand the memory internally. Also, RAM is different, 6 gigs and 4 gigs. Obviously, you cannot expand that, but both have the same very smart and fast high silicon Kirin 970 and dual SIM as an option, because obviously you can both use them also with just one SIM card, or if you have a micro SD, for example, in the non-Pro version, you cannot use obviously the second slot for a SIM card. So otherwise, let's go out and let's check out the outside. You can already see, obviously, the Pro is a little bit taller thanks to the higher display, but we have on both an 8-megapixel camera. Different colors are obviously available. Then we have here the Type-C and microphones and speakers, but on the side, obviously on the same point here, the SIM card slots and everything. But I mentioned already here in the Pro version, there is no micro SD card. The camera is exactly the back here on both devices, means both wide aperture, really strong aperture, f1.6 on both cameras, 12 and 20 megapixel, and both have the same technology built in, but we have the fingerprint reader obviously for the Pro version on the back, so you can easily reach that here with your finger, and you don't have to use the button on the front, which is actually also a back button and home button if you want to use it like that. So one main difference is also for a lot of people that's a deal breaker. We have also the headset jack on the Mate 10, not on the Mate 10 Pro anymore, sadly, but it's also a little bit slimmer, the Mate 10 Pro, as you can see here, but both have the 4000 milliamp battery, so that's quite nice on both. And then you can see here that we have, as you can see, a beautiful camera on the back, which has exactly the same features, Pro, non-Pro, obviously. Also the zoom built in, 2x zoom, looking amazing here with 20 and 12 megapixel and a really great aperture. On the top you can see the same feature rows, and then you can also see the same functions when we go to the settings. And you can see everything works quite quickly and fast, and also when we turn around the camera obviously for the top. Then we have on both an 8-megapixel camera, and on both it looks amazing. It's a really great camera, and it just is quite amazing what kind of quality we have here with the 8 megapixels on the top. So otherwise there's not much to say about the differences, except for both are waterproof. What we all have on the non-Pro version, just IP53, which means it's splash proof and dust proof. On the left side, it's also splash and dust proof, but with IP67 you can also go underwater with it for 1.5 hours, for half an hour, 1.5 meters, so about 5 feet or 6 feet. No, 5 feet, yes. So thank you much for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe. My name is Balazs. This was the brand new Huawei Mate 10 here in a really short hands-on at the launch event in Munich. Thanks for watching in. More about the Antutu comparisons and other things obviously will come out soon. Thank you much for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe. My name is Balazs.